Welcome folks to Lost Uncanon, the show where we bring you the non-canon Resident Evil spin-offs that time forgot. In our first episode, we'll be looking at Resident Evil, the official comic magazine #1, otherwise known by fans post-2009 as Resident Evil Volume 1 #1. Now before we get to the story itself, let's look at its origins. Marvel had previously published its own one-shot comic to tie in with the original game. However, it was Image Comics' Wildstorm production studio that acquired the license to write the series. Overall, between 15 and 19 were published, though mostly by DC Comics, who acquired Wildstorm in 1999. Now, I say between 15 and 19 because of the awkward situation with the Code Veronica graphic novel series, which I'll get into in a later episode. Now, let's get into the first story of the comic itself. This one was written by Ted Adams and is called Stars Files. We start out in an office where we are introduced to Captain Albert Wesker, a member of the elite STARS law enforcement team. In this universe, STARS is a national force with branches across the United States. Wesker is in fact being reassigned from his current team to Raccoon City, where his orders are to expand its local STARS branch before investigating a series of mysterious murders. The STARS branch in Raccoon City is in fact so small it only consists of one team member. But come to think of it, if they only had one STARS member anyway, were they still an actual counter-terrorism force in this universe? Because it would be very hard to investigate and arrest with only one guy. Though, maybe we're just not giving Joseph enough credit. After the meeting, Wesker gets on the phone with Holden, a mysterious man who is linked with Umbrella. Wesker tells him about his assignment, which we find was in fact planned by Umbrella, and it would allow one of their agents to directly be involved in the investigation. Holden is also mentioned in the novel, I think, Resident Evil, The Umbrella Conspiracy, and is definitely featured in the George A. Romero movie draft. Given all three would fulfill the exact same role as the middleman, it would appear that Holden was actually created by Capcom and isn't an original character. Moving back to the story, the rest of the panels are a narration, being Wesker's report to Umbrella. Most of it is just so that Wildstorm can show off the notes that Capcom provided for them, but they can be very interesting, especially when they add in a few original elements. I've picked the members of both teams according to the specifications that you provided. These teams will allow us to accomplish both of your goals. Now that the Raccoon City Police Department has sent in STARS to investigate, the public should calm down. Of course, they won't know that you actually control the Chief of Police, Brian Irons, and the actions of STARS in Raccoon City. STARS will also be available in case the T-Virus experiments get out of hand. We can control the situation, and I'll make sure no one ever finds out. Barry Burton will act as second-in-command on the Alpha team and as weapons expert. He can be easily manipulated into serving our purposes. I know his weaknesses. I know how to twist his arm if necessary. The Bravo team will be led by Enrico Marini. He's got the most field experience, and he doesn't seem to be afraid of anything. Richard Aiken is our communications expert. I think he could reach China with a CB radio. Our resident medic is Rebecca Chambers. She'll be worthless in a fight, but she's trained in emergency medicine. The team's sniper is Forrest Speyer. He's never missed a shot. And in case the T-Virus gets out, I've recruited one of STAR's best chemists, Kenneth J. Sullivan. I'm going to lead the Alpha team. I've assigned Joseph Frost to my team. He's the only one who knows anything about Raccoon City, and I want to be able to keep an eye on him. He's also our vehicle expert. Brad Vickers is the computer expert and also our resident coward. He's known as Chicken Heart because he runs at the first sign of danger. Chris Redfield is an old friend of Burton's. He was kicked out of the Air Force for insubordination. Apparently he was on a top-secret mission and one of the members of his team was injured. His superiors ordered him to leave the man behind, but Redfield refused. Burton also recommended Jill Valentine. He tells me she's the master of unlocking. The Raccoon City Police Department is sending in the Bravo team to investigate Raccoon Forest. don't worry about them finding anything. The team's too green to cause any problems, and I've made sure they'll have a little engine trouble on the way. That should distract them from actually discovering anything. Things are going just as we planned. Wesker out.